don't care about being right.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Relics of Orr podcast, the podcast about Guild Wars 2, and the Guild Wars community on the whole. My name is Ryan, some of you will know me as Cole, and I'll be your audio host and moderator this evening, and your video host and video moderation unit will be Shongaku with Tyrion Stories.wordpress.com. And also with us is Spirit with the Relics of Orr Guild.
Hello.
Got any projects you want to pimp or anything, or no?
I have a Twitter. It's in my thing. That's about all I have.
Yes, that's at Damn Violas. For the people, because I'm taking care of the audio people, the people that we love. And also, I have a Sea Scroll Run. I said it.
Yay!
Sea Scroll Run.
You can call me Christian. It's easier.
Christian or Christian?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Christian Amaguchi?
No.
I can't do those. Dang it.
You're not a famous figure skater?
No, I'm
Yet.
not a famous figure skater.
Yes.
Well, yeah, who knows? Give me a few years.
2 years, you know. You've got 2 years to brush up for the Winter Olympics, so.
And so today, since I'm just going to totally cut you guys off in any of your rabbit trails, because I'm that way, I'm the straightforward, let's do it right guy today, and I'm sipping my go juice. Totally keeping myself on task. We're going to get right into beta weekend number 3, which is loads of fun. And we're going to talk about what we played first off. Shongaku, what did you play as?
So I started out with a Mesmer and a Thief, which were pretty interesting. I only played the Thief through the tutorial, then the Mesmer through level 7. Played the Ranger, and I grabbed one of those derp pets, the drakes. They just sort of
the green drake, derp
Drakes.
and they just sort of do their thing.
They
And
look like a dog with socks and shoes on.
yeah. And then I broke down and I rolled a Necromancer. Oh. It's gonna
Aren't
be
they
fun.
awesome?
They are amazing. I knew that it was gonna be my main.
Scythe, Yeah, you had that scythe or whatever it was. I'm like, that alone makes me want to rock a Necro pretty bad.
They're pretty awesome.
I hear, though, that they are going to be probably the least played profession.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah, I was hearing something about that too, where like in PvP and stuff, you didn't see them very often, which was
I
odd.
didn't.
When they're
That's
con-
strange.
That's interesting because I didn't play in Beta Weekend 3, but in Beta Weekend 2, Necro was really popular because minions.
yeah.
And in PvP, you were really strong with your minions.
And they could be really annoying with the Death Shroud and not being able to kill them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that was you could not kill a Necro because Death Shroud and then Lich Form and all the other crazy stuff that they have going on where they don't have a health bar anymore. So how do you kill them?
Yeah, they were definitely pretty strong. So I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, when you're trying to kill them as a thief, I felt that things were very unfair because of how easy I was to kill.
Yeah, Necromancer's goal is just and that's what they do to other classes, except for maybe Guardian.
I actually, since I just went into that, I did a lot of PvP as a thief and as an engineer. The thief I had the most fun with. Like, I saw this thing on Reddit that was talking about, it was one of those, what everybody thinks I am, what I am, blah, blah. It said, what I made, and it shows this thief in Guild Wars 2, and then it says, what I thought I was making, and it shows a rogue from WoW, and it says, what I actually was, and it shows the Dark Knight. And I was like, that's very good. That's exactly what it is. You're not, like, super stealthy all the time. You kind of just use stealth to shake up the mechanics of the PvP match. But then most of the time, you're actually just, like, mobile. And that's what I was doing, jumping around like crazy. So sweet. And I was on Night Elf Raid I was doing it. So.
Yeah,
So what
I
were
played.
yes, you're ahead of me. You have questions. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I played Sylvari Warrior to level 20, and that was about it. I was hoping it was a Guardian. It wasn't a Guardian. So, yeah, I think I've been rolling a Guardian instead of a Warrior. I've been converted to the press 3 and 4 and throw your keyboard down the stairs.
I have a lot of keyboards down there.
Yeah, you
What you
spend a
should
lot of
do
time.
is walk down afterwards and pick it up. It will save you a lot of money.
No, they're broken because I throw it. Should I just like? Should I just easily, you know?
Well, you see
Yeah,
what
like,
they've got, Ryan.
Surf thing.
Yeah.
Just roll it down the stairs is just slide it gently.
Or you could get
There's a technique.
one of those plastic ones that's roll up and dishwasher safe, and just use those. Chuck them down.
Those?
Well, now I've learned. Now we know better how to play the Guardian. We're here for you people. We make it.
Oh.
So
Yes,
Christian, what are? I'm sorry. Were you done, Spirit?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah,
Christian?
so I didn't play in Beta Weekend 3 because I was traveling the world. But in Beta Weekend 2 and before that, I tend to play Guardian and Mesmer. And Mesmer I played a lot in PvP, which was a whole lot of fun because you cause so much chaos and no one knows, well, it can be really hard to figure out who's the real me because of all the clones that I'm just popping off all the time. And there was a really cool trait where you pop a clone every time you dodge roll. And that's really useful for sort of blinking around the place and escaping from other people.
I didn't play Mesmer enough apparently because that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah,
I did a little bit.
Well, I know
they are kind of tricky to get going damage-wise, but there are some really weird sort of crit builds where you just explode all your clones, and they're just with your F1 skill, and they shatter in a million pieces, destroying anyone that's nearby. But I didn't quite manage to get to that level of extreme damage, which can be frustrating.
When I was playing my Thief, I felt like a Mesmer at times because I used the skills to pop clones of yourself. So these people were like, oh, it's a thief. And all of a sudden there's all these dudes. They're like, what, it was just one. What the hell? Yeah. Stepped in my trap and then I popped 3 more of my buddies and I'm actually not even here anymore.
Nice. Stealing things from other professions.
Yeah, so, and as far as the races go, you guys, I assume everybody got a chance to try Sylvari other than Christian, but because he doesn't matter.
Oddly enough, I did not roll Sylvari. I had rolled 2 Azura, and I was like, I'll hold off on Sylvari.
Christian, you're going to have to pick up for a second. I just realized this chair's being very loud because I'm squirming a lot. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Are you ready to rock and roll? Can you do this?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yeah, so what were the big new additions to the Beta Weekend 3? So obviously Sylvari and Asura were playable now.
Go.
Keg Brawl.
Oh,
Keg Brawl is the
yeah.
most fun you've ever had being chain CC'd. It is so much fun. You kick people, you throw ale on the ice, everyone slips on it, there's people flying everywhere, there's ninjas flying across, kicking in the face. If they don't connect, they fall face down on the ice, there's barrels flying everywhere. It's just a wonderful time. Hunter and I played a lot of Keg Brawl.
Awesome. And suddenly it's just you and me because everyone else is changing their chairs.
Okay.
So you rolled a Sylvari.
Yeah.
So what's
Greatest thing about Sylvari, bioluminescence. I just want to hug whoever decided to put that in. I loved that it turned nighttime and then all of a sudden you were glowy. It's amazing.
How'd you like the mushroom hat?
That thing was awesome.
I've seen shots of that. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, Hunter was running around with that on. Yeah, at first I saw him, I'm like, does he pick rice? Either that or I could play the drums on his head.
Yeah, when I first saw Sylvari with that, running around, I thought it was humans with like some weird hat. I was like, what? Where'd they find
Chaz
that?
finally managed to roll a lampshade.
Yes.
It's true.
Oh man, I can't wait till Chaz, if you listen to this one, dude, you gotta do it. You gotta make the character lampshade.
And then with bioluminescence, and they'll be all glowy.
Exactly. It'd be so sweet. So the city tours, how many okay, so Christian wasn't at those, but Spirit, you were with us, right?
I made it to the first half, yeah.
Okay. What did you think of those? What was your favorite city?
Oh god. I think my favorite city was Lionheart. I didn't make that tour with you guys, but there's Quaggan and a diving board and the Orc Whispers and Tengu and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with
Definitely
you there.
Lion's Arch.
I'm kind of a fan of Divinity's Reach for some reason. Maybe it's because my main's going to be human, and I'm like one of the 0.5% of the people in Guild Wars 2 that will be rolling human.
No, I'm with you there.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Represent.
The Charr.
Well, so we got like team team? How do you mix the name Spirit and Cole? Like I could do something with see Shungaku Run, but like
Spole.
Spore? I don't know. Let's just go with Spore. I'm starting with Spirit, ending with I don't even know what I'm talking about. Nobody cares. All right, so yeah, I'm with you on Lion's Arch. I like the fact that it mixes all the different stuff. Plus, anything that has any chance of reminding me of Firefly is good enough for me. And there was stuff throughout. There was like this mixed kind of futuristic, or like I should say technological yet steampunky. Some of those areas, and then the ships. Obviously, the ships were amazing. If you watch the videos that we posted of like the collage of Beta Weekend 3 and stuff, you can hear like Acranius and Core responding to the ships. Is that a ship? Oh. He found it to be babies on the eyes.
Oh.
Yep. So as far as the vistas that you guys saw, because I'm going to go up front right now and say, whenever I went to the Vista, like, we were showing up there with everybody. So I'm figuring, like, these people are getting this panoramic, and when they come back, I'm trying to time it so that I obviously skipped the Vista, right? So that I could sit there and wait for when it was coming back to showing us again, and then I would jump off of a high cliff. That way they're like, what a great clip. There goes Ryan.
I saw an amazing video of a guild that had maybe 50 Charr all running up to the diving board in Lion's Arch, and then they had the Vista trigger and 50 Charr just one after the other jumping off the diving board.
Oh wow, that's
I've
cool.
got to see this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so wonderful.
I think someone may have tweeted it, and that's how I saw it. But I'll see if I can track it down, and then we can maybe throw it in the links or show notes.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I remember hearing about that, but I never actually saw it. Because I know that a few of the podcasts have mentioned it. And yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. I like the one where we got to the top, and you and Cole and Anexi jumped off and just wiped out. And I looked down, went down a level or two, and I was like, okay, I got this. And then I just hopped off after him because I was going to drop down, res him up, it'd be great. I miscalculated the distance and then just wham! And so all of a sudden people in general chat were like, did 3 people just die off of a Vista? What's going on over there?
Is that happening or what? Just all these dead bodies just strewn across. And there's Hunter standing there like, what are you doing with these people? That one was fun. I think there was one Vista that I saw a video of. I never actually went to go see it. There was Hunter was trying to show us. By the way, I just want to say thanks to Hunter because it's either Spirit or Hunter were showing us how to do like all the things.
Yeah.
This beta. But anyway, he was trying to show us one in Lion's Arch where you jump up these things, jump over this haystack, and it's like real crazy. And then all of a sudden, you find this like cave that goes back.
Oh, no, that was me. That was mine.
Oh, you were the one that was trying to show us that one. Okay. But the problem was, for some reason, that wasn't working during Beta Weekend 3.
Oh, no. Which is good. It was a glitch. I was trying to show you a glitch. There's essentially, if you jump up those haystacks and go through that tunnel, you could glitch behind the world. But what they did... Go ahead, okay, Spirit.
There was a jumping puzzle back there that's been blocked off temporarily because it's not completed.
And so what I saw the pre-version of that jumping puzzle before it was even... Is it like going to be, what, Teeth of the Shark or something?
Sharkmaw
Caverns, that's it. Yeah. So I saw basically the pre-version of Sharkmaw Caverns when it was just like flat zones and all sorts of stuff.
Some guy during the stress test actually went back there. It was done.
Yeah, I saw the video of it. It looks very cool.
Yeah, I want to go do that one, but I can tell that by the time I get to the spikes in the wall, I'm going to be like, God son of a bomb!
According to the ArenaNet devs that commented on that video, you can actually just run straight down the center and the spikes won't hit you.
Yes, and that's kind of what he did during it, but you know what's going to happen. You can be like, dude, I'm totally down the center.
You have to like be perfectly on like a 1 pixel line.
Yeah, and you have another keyboard down the stairs.
Ryan, make sure to take me with when you do this puzzle. I want to be there.
I'll be sure to take off push to talk so that you can hear every cuss word that I say.
Yes, please.
But yeah, when the guy checked that Vista and it shot in, I was like, I don't know. I'm not a big Vista guy. I would rather be running around and seeing the stuff. So when it came to the Vistas, I was kind of, other people like it. But that one was cool because it was like, yeah, there's all this really cool stuff, and you can go do this if you really think about it. Like, I'm going to do that.
So I've seen a few of the vistas. They're just basically the camera pans around and shows you a nice view, and I assume they're like a collectible thing now. Like
It's
Yeah.
experience and stuff like that. I still go get all of them because it's really easy, and I like jumping puzzles, so I actually enjoy the journey more.
Well, and you also get them for 100%ing the map, so that helps you 100% the map, which gives you all the cool rewards as well, which is pretty awesome.
Eventually ending up in transmutation stones.
Yeah. Well.
Yes.
Yeah, it varies. The cities give you transmutation stones. Tranny stones. Dang it! Can't shorten that one.
Should we talk about what Power Grandma did to me today?
No.
A little history. Add me to the call, and Power Grandma decided that I was away, and it's all, I'm sorry, I can't answer your call right now. And I'm like, oh no, I'm here. Hello. So yeah, okay. So that's the vistas for you guys, and structured PvP. Now I did a lot of this with my friend Trevor, Cor, and Lacey. We did a whole ton of that. Like I said, I did an engineer and a thief. I didn't really have a favorite. I think I enjoyed attacking the Svanir. That was Svanir, right? The big bear. I've been paying attention.
Yeah.
In the forest of Niflheim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I love doing, because I'd go do that, and these guys would be like, ooh, he's attacking an NPC, I'm going to go kick his ass now. And I'm saving all my cooldowns for that one jackhole that actually thought of doing this. So he'd show up and it's like, boom, I pop all this stuff. And next thing you know, this guy's got aggro with Svanir. And I'm attacking him at the same time. It's like, I made a big mistake. I love luring people into that. Like, I would actually delay my killing of that boss just to get somebody to pull this with me.
I really enjoy that map as well. And I can see it being a really interesting one for the competitive PvP because of those two bosses that respawn every couple of minutes, and the amount of points that they're worth.
They have,
and if you manage to snare both of them, so if you steal, like, say, the other team's boss, because it'll most likely be near one of their cap points, you can turn the match way in your favor.
They did drop the point value. I think it's 25 now as opposed to 50 or 100 that it was in Beta Weekends 1 and 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
the 50 points was pretty strong.
Yeah.
So I kind of like it that way in a way. I obviously haven't played it with 25, so I don't know what that's like, but it really makes the some real focal points to fight around when you actually have organized people. Because I mean, when I was playing, it was just full of just random. So not everyone necessarily knew that they were worth 50 points and that you get the buff. So I was often by myself on my Mesmer trying to take on the Svanir or the chieftain, which went okay most of the time. But if one guy showed up, then I'd be dead and he'd steal the buff. So
I'm making
Ryan was basically in the background every time, waiting. in spirit.
Did you get to do any tournaments, Cole? I know some of the guys from Relics did. I wasn't in on that, but were you able? No.
Oh, you know what? I did a little bit. We didn't do. I mean, I think we won like a couple, and then it was over. So, but I forgot to comment on the one with the trebuchet too, because on that one, being a thief was pretty fun, but it pissed me off. You be in the clock tower, and I'm like, totally trolling these guys. Even if they got me down, I'm just porting all over the place. I'm that thief ass that everybody hates. Right? I'm just gonna say it. So anyway. Once I'm up there and the other team gets a trebuchet, it's like, well, being a thief is worthless here. So I started doing a little bit on the Guardian. I'm going to do my impersonation right now of what I did in the clock tower. 1 second. Receive the light! Receive the light! Receive the light! Receive the light! Receive the light!
I know exactly what that is, too. Oh, man.
What weapon is that?
That is the way to do it.
What is that?
The Guardian Elite, there's a support one, and that's your number one skill. You throw that out constantly, and it's heals, and every time you do it, receive the light, receive the light.
It was a lot of fun. You have people like leading. They're just
heals.
like, I'll be back later.
Oh.
But that's the only thing you could do when the trebuchet was going, and a lot of times even that wasn't enough. But if the person on the trebuchet wasn't hitting the clock tower, then it's like, save the clock tower.
Oh.
So, okay, so as far as the tournaments go, then I guess we were kind of lacking in that regard.
We'll have to try and add on to actually get groups together for running some tournaments. I know that one of the guys was super interested in running some tournaments when the game actually launches, so we'll have to look into that.
I just scared the crap out of my guinea pig.
As it's all twitching back there, it's like, I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'll receive the light. Okay.
It's basking in the light.
I'll take it.
So yeah, I'm totally up for that. Doing some more. When I played WoW, I really hated arenas and stuff. I hated the whole esport mentality. But when you have a game like this, where it's not like, if you have the right comp, then all of a sudden, and you're a team that doesn't have the right comp, you walk in and it's like, oh, everybody's dead. Well, that was a load of fun, guys. In this one, even if you have the right comp, like, it takes a while to kill people.
Yeah.
Which is novel how much better that is. So anyway, yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing some actual esports stuff and seeing if I can enjoy it for once. I've always loved like battlegrounds and stuff like that, because if I can actually participate to some degree and not get my ass handed to me, a lot of fun. So we'll be doing that. Jumping puzzles, this is what I was really stoked to talk about, because I love these things.
They're pretty awesome.
Even though I cuss a lot while I'm playing them. I really do enjoy these things. And like I said, Hunter from Hunter's Insight, he had a whole article, like all kinds of walkthroughs and stuff. But yeah, between Shungaku and his research, everything that Hunter knows, and then Spirit as well, we went and did a lot of them. I've posted some videos of those if people want to see them. And if you go look at the Beta Weekend 3 collage, I have 2 more inside of that one that are less narrated, but yeah. So what was your favorite one, Shungaku?
Probably the one that's like 30,000 feet above Tyria in the Azura area. That one was just entertaining because there were different attunements, there were different status effects as you went through each phase of it, and
yeah,
it was pretty cool. Plus, when you fell off, you didn't die, so you didn't get armor damage. You just went back to the beginning, and it was like, oh, beautiful.
That is so nice.
Yeah.
Armor damage is the bane of my existence.
And
that's why you take your clothes off and you do jumping puzzles naked.
I did see a few people doing that.
Need to be running around with.
We were one of our guild members had a rough time with the lava puzzle in the Sylvari area, and so by the end he was just this little Azura in the little like blue carrot underpants boxers that they have, just hopping it. Oh, it was hilarious. It was great.
Oh crap! Guinea pig. Can you hear her?
No.
No.
Okay.
But if she breaks out and like starts attacking you, we'll know.
Oh, no shit.
Get it off! Get it off!
Receive the light.
Let's see. What was your favorite one, Spirit?
Oh goodness. I think my favorite one is in Diessa Plateau, I think it's called. It's Wall Breach Splits, and it's all about jumping up the Great Wall.
Oh,
It's
nice.
got little bits of lore from the past. I'm a giant Guild Wars fan, played a whole lot of that, so the nostalgia is good, and there's a skill point at the end to boot, so.
Nice.
That one's the super short one, right?
No, it's a really long one, actually, along the wall, and if you fall down, you have to run all the way back to the beginning and start over.
Oh, wow.
I think I remember doing that in the second beta weekend with you guys, and yeah, we had someone with us who, oh man, was it Borks? I think he had a little trouble at some stage and fell off, and we were all at the end, and I was on my Mesmer, so I actually threw a portal down and then jumped down and threw another portal on the ground, and he just zipped up to the top.
Nice.
Oh, nice. I wanted to experiment and see if that works, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
So now we have
Mesmer named Michelle.
I am going to roll a Mesmer. I think I've mentioned this before. Hexa Chell. Chell referencing Portal. The female protagonist from that.
So, have you rolled a character in Guild Wars with that name?
I have.
Okay, good.
I got that reserved.
Better get onto that, because everyone's going to steal that name.
They're like, oh, I want that one. Yeah, so hi, it's reserved.
Assholes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't offend the listeners, Ryan.
Oh,
Calm down. Receive the light.
Getting into it.
I think we found the name for this episode.
Oh.
I like assholes better.
I think my favorite one was the one in Bourless Pass, the World versus World area, because we got attacked. So there's Cornish and me standing up there on the edge of that cliff, looking down at all those people, trying to knock them back and stuff. That was a lot of fun. Of course, there were a lot of other people like, "Well, I gotta do this." This was the idea, guys.
I was so frustrated on that one.
Yeah. Oh, were you one of the people that was upset about that?
I was a little bit, because I kept missing, and I was like, oh, I really want to do this, but I actually had to take like a 5-minute break. Just come back and be like, okay, I'm calm now. It's okay. I'm just gonna hop. And then we gotta kill the people who were attacking us.
Yeah, that was.
And that was very cathartic. So we took the entire group and like off. They're gone.
I was the first person that they attacked, actually, because I was behind everybody trying to get my hardware. Like, I kept filling up my hard drive footage. But anyway, so I'm on my way there, and I'm running through the little hole in the wall that gets you kind of started in that area.
Yeah.
And as I'm walking through there, I turn, and there's just all these red bars. I'm like, oh, shit! And these guys just pounded me. I'm like, crap, and you gotta go all the way back and run there. But this time, they were, like, further ahead. They were attacking everybody else. So I'm getting up there, and I kind of routed my way around them. And I trying to attack me, but I was being really evasive. So I finally get up there with Cornish, and I'm just like, sweet! I was behind everybody, and I'm ahead. These people make me feel like a boss. So we're standing up there, and I couldn't reach, but I was seeing him, and he's like blowing these dudes away, knocking them down. I was like, wish I had ranged attacks like that.
I think every class has ranged attacks, don't they?
Well, yeah, I was a thief, though, and for some reason, the actual range, like, he was able to reach these people, and I wasn't. I'd shoot, and it's like out of range, or target out of range. But he was on, I don't remember what he was playing. Was it a ranger? I don't recall. But he was saying that he was connecting. Maybe he was just standing in the right spot. I didn't want to walk up there and bump him off. I feel like a jackass. So yeah. Hey, Windows has detected that your computer's performance is slow. I wonder what that's all about.
Yeah, there was some lag. I've got frozen people. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm frozen too.
Oh, nope. Spirit's back.
Hi.
Is C-Score run there? Christian.
I'm waving.
Okay, you look like you're sleeping on my screen.
Oh dear.
That's not good.
Don't fall asleep on the job.
You look very peaceful.
He's receiving the light.
Oh, we are about to get some chaos on the screen.
Yes, we are.
Oh, excuse the hell out of us. We seemed to have some technical difficulties last week. You're like, whoa, wait. It's like we just made this move downstairs, Spirit left, and then we're all sitting here just jamming, right? No, it's been a week. We've done like 100 stress tests in the meantime. And yeah, you would not believe the trouble we went to get to where we are today. As you can see, I'm in the catacombs. And it sounds like it too at times, so I apologize. But at least we're getting something to you, right? We can justify this slackfulness in a fashion. But I'm still here with Shungaku and Christian. So anyway, we left off giving our shout out to Spirit and Hunter, whose Spirit is now not here to accept said accolade. That sucks. And we wanted to talk about Shark Maw Caverns.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, Shungaku, because you tossed that in, and I have no clue what you're talking about.
So, remember how we talked about the glitch area last week? Or, if you're watching the podcast, like 30 minutes ago, or 15 minutes ago.
Your mom's a glitch area.
Oh.
It doesn't even make any sense, right? So it's not offensive.
Oh, anyways. So, Shark Maw Caverns, they actually had it open and functioning in the latest stress test. So I booked over to Lion's Arch when Cornish told me about it and ran a video. I've got a video of it that I should be uploading. It's pretty cool. It's not a super difficult jumping puzzle, but it's kind of like one of those open world dungeon areas that they've got. There wasn't much combat. There's a cool little maze with walls that you phase through, so they're illusionary walls that you have to figure out. Although I think it's pretty straightforward how you get through it once you realize the key to that. But I'm not going to tell you because that would ruin the surprise. So it's that was a pretty fun one. And there's a pirate ghost that's basically egging you on the entire time you're going through. First you drop down into a pit and there's a shark, and then you have to get out of that, and then you go through the maze, and then there's a very light jumping puzzle. If you can do the Mega Man puzzle, as I like to call it, you can do Shark Maw Caverns, no problem.
Oh wait, so Mega Man jumping puzzle, that's something you came up with?
That's what I called it. When they were doing the tour with like GameSpot or something, I think it was GameSpot. They did like an hour-long Sylvari, like traveling around a developer and one of the guys from that group website. And anyways, they called it the Mega Man puzzle, so that's where I got that from.
And you're just proliferating it.
I'm just proliferating it across the internet.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's what I do. It's an infectious agent which will spread across and go viral, maybe. Much like Tri-World Combat is what I'm trying to get everyone to call World versus World, but I don't think that's going to catch on. Yeah, everyone's like, dub v dub. I'm like, but that's only 2 worlds. But if you do Tri-World Combat, it makes sense, and it's also, you know,
but you missed the dubstep reference.
You missed the dubstep reference, which I don't know. I haven't heard much dubstep in the Guild Wars 2 music, so I'm not sure if we need the dubstep reference.
I'm not necessarily a massive fan of it either, but
yeah,
it's
so
cool.
Remember, Tri-World Combat. It makes sense, it sounds awesome, and it's accurate. So there we go.
Therefore, it will never catch on.
It will, but it will never catch on. But you know what? I'm going to endeavor until ArenaNet contacts Relics of Orr and says, call it the right name. I'm going to keep calling it Tri-World Combat.
All right, well, I'm with you there.
Seeing as we've skipped a week during the show and we've had 2 stress tests during the week, do we want to quickly have a chat about those and what we were up to, or
sure? You actually were able to get some time in, so you've now got access to the update. What did you do?
Roll Manly Man.
Yeah, that's right. I rolled my Guardian, which I've pretty much rolled every other time I've had chance.
You and Scott Hawks from Game Breaker.
All right. And so I ran around in Queensdale with him and met up with Ryan and someone else from the Relics of Orr guild. We were hanging out in Mumble and screwing around basically in Queensdale, taking on content 3 or 4 levels higher than intended for us.
That was awesome, man.
There was that champion cave troll down by Claypool.
Oh,
and we were all like level 6 and level 7, and he's level 11, and he's a champion, so he's like 2-shotting us in either melee or 1-shotting us at ranged. And there were like
I was playing. I was a warrior for the first time, so I'm walking up there. I'm like, well, that's the choice. So I'm screaming, somebody get me a bow, a rifle, something. And so I'm like, I got a pistol, I'll take it. Wait a second, I'm a warrior.
And there were maybe about 6 or 7 of us taking him on, and only 2 were level appropriate. So in the end, it was all about the rest of us realized, okay, we really need ranged weapons, so we switched. And then just ran around kiting and rezzing the dudes that could actually do significant damage to the champion. And after about 10-15 minutes, we whittled him down and took him out.
Well, and I think the champion is tied to a skill point, if I recall. Was that the one that was tied to the skill point?
No, he himself isn't. Those are the Ettins. Also,
Ettins, yeah. Oh, so this was an event then.
Yeah.
Oh, so he was not only was he was level scale, or he was scaling to the number of people on top of things.
Yeah, he appeared right by the Half-Life grubs that were back in that little cave.
Oh yeah.
I
hadn't made that connection before.
I had not either. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go.
I think it has to do with Dochu.
With what?
I think he worked on Half-Life. Didn't Daniel Dochu?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm expecting antlions now.
Yeah.
Get on that arena.
Did you guys know during the fight in Half-Life 3? This is totally not relevant, but
wait.
The fight in Half-Life 2. Yeah, there is no Half-Life 3, never will be. But in Half-Life 2, that scene where you fight the onslaught of antlions.
Yes.
One of the dudes that's in there is Adam Baldwin, Jane from Firefly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
I recognized the voice. I'm like, that's got to be him. So I looked it up.
I did that too. I just had a quick Google search. Massive tangent, so we'll get back on show. But I think the only reason we think Daniel Dochu, and this is just a really quick search, so it might be wrong, is connected with Half-Life is because he looks exactly like Father Grigori in Ravenholm.
Oh, so he didn't really have anything to do with it then.
Oddly enough, I've never seen Father Grigori and Daniel Dochu at the same time.
They are the same. No,
You heard it here first, folks.
I don't think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I think that's the only reference.
Well, we've achieved nothing now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
on with
so
the
we
show.
did do that. Yeah. I during the stress tests, I determined like when I left Beta Weekend 3, I was like, I'm totally gonna roll an engineer. That was the most fun one. And the second time I tried it, when I came back, I was like, hold on. So I went back to the Guardian, and I started having a lot more fun. And I was like, well, there you have it.
The engineer's fun, but it's a very different kind of class than like Guardian or Warrior or anything like that.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. I wish that the turrets were a little bit more robust, but I'd even take lower damage output if maybe the AI avoided them. It was like, I'm not going to attack those. They're not doing anything.
I will still roll one, definitely. Like one of the first ones that I roll, but
Yeah.
Guardian will be the main.
Nice.
I think I haven't really had a proper chance to try out the engineer. I've played maybe a couple of levels on him a while ago in the first Beta Weekend.
Yeah.
And I think the trouble with me is that it just doesn't feel, or at least from the experience I had, it didn't feel awesome, because when you're using either the rifle or the pistol, in any profession in fact, the rifle and pistol don't necessarily feel very interesting, because the auto attack is just pew, 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 pew.
Yeah.
And it's really lame in a way. But that's, I mean, what else are you going to do with a gun, to be honest?
Once you get the pistol fully unlocked, like you get pistol on them,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. Because you're basically you're running around shooting guys at the same time, 2 pistols out in front of you. It's a little bit like having a bunch of barrage-like stuff, especially when you pick up the number 2 with the poison shot, and then you combine that with a haste on pistols, and you just all of a sudden it's like pistol machine guns. It's beautiful.
I think the thing is that with the other professions and the other weapons, the auto attack can be quite interesting.
That's true.
Especially when they chain it, and then it just makes that boring part, shall we say, of combat where you just...
Which, wonderful news for people with chain attacks on the beginning. They finally added a tooltip that's like, this is what the chain does, as opposed to...
Love it.
The first attack.
opposed to the first attack and having to hover over it while it's spinning through, and you're like, well, this is...
I executed the attack. Now it's onto the third step.
I didn't have enough time. I've got to do a screen cap while it's spinning through. No.
Yeah.
I wanted to know what my chain does and developed epilepsy.
Guild Wars 2 may cause epileptic seizures, especially if you're trying to figure out what your chain attack does. Well, they've fixed that now, so it's all good.
So for server population size, that topic, did you guys experience many lag issues, or was it better?
Well, obviously, it's the topic of the day in a stress test.
Yeah.
And but aside from all the complaining in all chat, I myself had basically no lag on my end. All I would see is other people's sort of rubber banding or just standing in a spot, and I can motion them now just jittering around, and then eventually they'll end up further ahead. But I myself, my character was running fine, executing skills, so I don't know if that's something that they've implemented, which means that your end stays tidy, whereas the server kind of lags. I don't really know about that kind of stuff.
I don't know, though. When you watched the map chat, people were complaining a lot.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking that they knew that they were lagging, and if we were, we would have been, noticing it as well. But what was annoying to me about that is watching all that, these people would get on and be like, good thing that live hasn't come along yet. I'm like, this is called a stress test. They are stressing their servers, you stupid ass.
There may be...
You're not... Get this out.
Which is why I went straight to Brisbane Wildlands and just went and explored there, because I was like, there's no one here. I'm not actually helping all that much with the stress test, am I? Oh, well, I'm going to go and take another video of Skritzberg, because that place is awesome.
Well, they had a stress test today for an hour, and I just logged on. I didn't do anything. I just sat there. But I was, it's got to add some sort of a load to help them figure it out.
Yeah.
I am some sort of a load.
Right.
But and I got on Facebook today when they announced that, and I was looking at the comments, and there were people under there actually saying stuff like, I didn't pay money to do a 1-hour stress test. and I'm not going to join in. I'm like, you didn't pay money to do a stress test at all. You paid money to play this game as of August 25th, stupid ass. So why are you complaining about this? This is free, and this is for them. I don't know, man. Like, I'm actually starting to get really fired up about these people. This is what's wrong with society. I want to go up to these people and just ask them, are you always this dumb?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of rough, especially with all the people complaining. I think part of the issue was the fact that they did do the pre-sales, the pre-purchase option, which I think a lot of people were like, oh, I pre-purchased, so I should get, I don't know, a fully functional game. I mean, obviously they have to do this, and it just makes sense because we're betaing. But the pre-purchase is kind of a weird decision, I always thought.
Yeah.
But then again, I think what they needed was just a little bit more capital to get them over the hump so that they could actually launch.
Well, the other thing is that if they don't do the pre-purchase, then GameStop and all the other stores around, they'll take your money for pre-orders. Even, I mean, they don't, and so they've got the money and they're making interest on it, which NCSoft and ArenaNet may as well be doing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And, I was going to go into it. My sister-in-law works at GameStop. So any criticism I make, I feel like I'm slapping her in the face. It depends on the GameStop that you're near. But I have heard some very horror stories about how pre-purchases are handled as well. I'm looking at Deus Ex Human Revolution. They dropped the ball with that. But I will say that I pre-purchased the collector's edition at GameStop. And the people that work at our GameStop they're good. They handle this stuff really well. So I don't know. Maybe get to know some of the people that work at your local games. Like, there was no way to get the collector's edition but through these resellers, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I just ordered
when we were
online and downloaded.
So you just got the digital one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even get that.
Yeah, so
I just got the standard.
Okay. Well, Lacey and I were trying to figure it out, but we're like, you know what? I've been running this podcast for 2 years. One of us should at least kind of look like we... And then when I saw the video of Felicia Day, I'm like, yeah, glad we did this. But she sucks because she's getting it now.
Yeah. Oh, so you got the Guild Wars 2 Collector's Edition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I heard Deus Ex Human Revolution Collector's Edition, and then I was like, wait, what? What?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. They had the Augmented Edition.
Okay, so...
I bought that as well. That was a piece of Well, the game was great, but the Augmented Edition was...
That was just with the soundtrack and
it was only half the soundtrack at most.
Oh,
yeah.
Because they ended up putting out the real soundtrack, which had like 20 tracks, and mine had 7. I'm like, what did I buy this Augmented Edition for? Leave it to the Canadians, man.
As opposed to buying the Collector's Edition for Guild Wars 2, I went out and bought 2 digital deluxe because it gives me a bunch of extra character slots and 2 Ritlock minis.
And more storage space and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Plus, I get the more storage space. I can mail things to myself, and if they get like a follow function in there, I can actually go out into the world and adventure with my. I don't need other people to play with.
Myself.
Guild Wars 2, it's a social game? No.
He's going to introduce us to multi-boxing.
What? That may be a bar brawl in the future.
Yeah.
Seeing as people really get passionate about that, I actually did look up some multi-boxing, so we'll get back to that when I actually figure out how to make it work and whether or not ArenaNet approves of it for Guild Wars 2, or at least tolerates it.
That's the question, yeah. Are they going to be alright with that in the first place?
They're pretty cool with it in Guild... Well, no, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So one of the bullet notes you have here is issues with TWC. What does that stand for?
Tri-World Combat. Once again, bringing it back. TWC. See, it's even an awesome, accurate acronym. TWC.
It's TWC. Dynamite.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't even know what that was.
I won't do it again.
Well,
we're just going to forget that happened.
So apparently the thing that is, there were some issues with Tri-World Combat, World versus World, whatever you want to call it, where people were trying to get in, and because they upped the server population cap, the total number of people on a single server, it meant that proportionately fewer people were able to get into World versus World. And so when groups of us, like when we all 10 or 15 of us went into World versus World to do the jumping puzzle. We were totally taking away from our server, and they were like, oh, actually, I don't think that Borderless Pass cared that much. But, so that was one issue, is that they were, people, because they don't have because it's what, 120 to, or 300, it's like 120 or something per server, per map, I believe. I think they're trying to up that to like 300 per server per map, but that was limiting because now you have, you know, 3 times, 4 times more people on a server with still the same number of people in World versus World. So hopefully they'll figure out how to increase that cap, maybe add like 6 more maps or something. That'd be awesome.
What's happening?
He just suggested that World v World have 6 more maps to overcome the population issues.
Makes complete sense, right? First, you have
just duplicates of the existing ones.
Well, they do have other. Apparently, they actually have other maps for World versus World than the 3 borderlands because they want each server to have a different borderland, but they haven't balanced them properly. So they said, "Look, we'll just give 3 balanced borderlands with the central one, and we'll keep tuning these other ones." So there's apparently resources at ArenaNet somewhere on some server that they're working on balancing out. So hopefully we'll get things like desert World versus World maps and more mountainous, although they're pretty mountainous already.
Yeah.
Maybe like archipelagos. That'd be amazing. An entire. So.
The Jade Sea.
No, because it melted.
More maps show up.
Oh,
well, but you can get archipelagos in the Jade Sea, and then we could go to the Echofold Forest and hang out with a bunch of really nice Kurzik people. My guild was getting on my case because I kept making fun of Kurziks, and so I can't do that anymore.
Your guild being me because I'm the only Kurzik in the guild.
Well, also my my tiny little Guild Wars guild, and my friends from that, they're like, we're a Kurzik guild. What in the world? Poor Malasari Highguard. We're so tiny. Not that we've ever... Anyways.
I didn't know that the Jade Sea melted.
Yes,
it's melting.
I think in the 250 years it's actually melted. When you defeat Shiro at the end of Guild Wars 1 factions, it not only does the Jade Sea start melting, but the Echovold Forest starts becoming trees again, as opposed to stone trees. Yeah. So when we go back to Cantha, it's going to be very, very different than it was in Guild Wars 1.
Huh. Sweet. Okay. I have a thing. So what other miscellaneous updates did you guys notice?
Die system. I'm finally placated by the die system.
Yes. Just double click, ready to go.
Yeah, it's a quick drop because you're no longer getting the seeds, turning them in for a day. I didn't actually mind that, to be honest, especially since I was going to have, you could do it on each character, and I was going to have 2 accounts, so that's 10 characters, so that's 10 dies a day. But the thing that I didn't like was the fact that you couldn't trade them between characters.
Yeah.
So now that...
So, what's the update?
So, what they've done, the current die system essentially is unidentified dies drop, you double-click on them, and it gives you a specific die. You can sell that die, unlock it on your character, or send it to your bank, or put it in your bank and have another one of your characters pick it up and apply that die to them. Because it's character-bound dies. But now, if you want a specific die, you can either find it while adventuring, find a material while you're adventuring that you can take to the Mystic Forge and combine with apparently 3 other dies, and it'll give you a specific color, the color that you want. I think it's like 3 unidentified dies or 3 identified dies, and you mix them together with this item, and it creates a die of the specific color you want. And then you also, if you have this die and it's unlocked on all your characters, or you don't really want it, you can sell it.
Yeah.
So obviously black die is going to go for like 600 gold or something.
Yeah.
Or
unless it's unless it's there by it's not going to be there by default.
The closest thing you have is ebony, which is sort of a grayish charcoal.
Which will do to start with.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. True Black's
going to be ultra rare, I suspect. It'll be like a legendary. You'll have to go out and like... it's a legendary item that is a die unlock. So
actually, I don't think they... Well, of course they have the different tiers. They have the rare...
Oh, they added legendaries.
Oh, okay, so yeah. So you've got... the different drop rates for those, but then there'll be other blacks in the lower tiers.
So you'll have like Midnight Black will be that one everyone's like, ooh.
Yeah,
which is
I do like the Mystic Forge thing, because obviously if it's just based off drops and random chance in terms of unlocking your dies, then you're going to end up with 1,000 duplicate dies but you're missing that one that you really want because that never drops, and so you can just chuck in if you have the right material.
The interesting thing about the die system is something that they talked about in Tales of Tyria. Because you can sell your dies now, there is a possibility that there will be a better conversion rate between dies to gold than gems to gold, and so it may actually be worthwhile to buy gems off the auction house, off the marketplace, buy dies with it, and if you get like a black die drop, that's going to be worth way more than the 180 gold or 180 gems you purchased probably to buy the die 3-pack. So that's going to be an interesting thing that I think a lot of people will be playing the market with dies. So that's going to be kind of nice for those of us who don't want to spend gems on dies. Although I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, so yeah, I'm glad I participated in all that. I'm just gonna.
I was kind of obsessed with the die system for a while. It was like big thing I was complaining about. So
it is, yeah, it is a big deal.
Shongaku.
I'm a big aesthetic guy myself.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess I feel like I haven't seen enough of it in action, because I mean, throughout all these beta weekends, I've probably seen maybe 7 die drops total. So I kind of feel like I've just gotten a taste of it. And most of them that I got were kind of crappy. Like I got celery for one of them, and then a bunch of pink.
I like celery. Celery is a great color. It goes really well with golds and stuff.
Essence of celery.
Yeah, I actually.
Basically, when you get a die drop, the first question to ask is it brown? If it isn't, then you're making progress.
It's not brown.
Well, no, I got a lot of pink, man.
There are 50 million different shades of brown.
Let's see. I think I've gotten like a bunch of greens. I got some purples. I got a bunch of blues. I think I've gotten like 1 brown drop the entire time. So I'm doing well. Random number generator likes me.
So one thing I really liked about the crafting system change was the deposit all collectibles when you're just out and about. Gosh, thank you. You get so many collectibles in this game, it just jam-packs your inventory immediately.
I'm amazed that no other game has done something like this, because it's absolutely brilliant. I really like it.
One question I have about it, I don't know if you guys noticed, when you receive mail, there's a bird that flies by the screen?
Yeah.
It's delivering it to you? Do they do that with this as well, to fly by to grab them and put them in your bag?
I always had like...
I hadn't kept an eye out.
Yeah, I just maximize my bag screen, so I can't even really see what's going on my screen, so I'm just like, click, click, okay, there we go, done.
Someone at ArenaNet's listening right now going, why do I even try?
We do all of this art and they don't notice. It's when we do notice, though, that we're like, oh my goodness, they actually did that. That's
like when the birds... Like when the birds fly underwater, I think there's a little trail of bubbles. I may have noticed that. But first of all, birds fly underwater, so...
That's amazing.
So sure about that.
Well, you know, humans get respirators, so one of the things that they made sure to do is they added some nice waterproofing to the wings. They probably throw like a water enchantment on it, and then they throw like a little tiny respirator on them. That's the thing that you know ArenaNet's getting a little bit obsessive about art style. If you like take a screenshot, zoom in on the bird, and it's got this tiny little respirator on it, and you're like, I don't think anyone would ever see that, but you guys did.
Yeah.
Because that would be amazing. So if someone's got like a video and they want to Photoshop that, that'd be awesome. Send that to us.
They'd be like, are you kidding me? We have a Higgs boson particle programmed into this freaking game.
You know, I've been knocked down enough times that I don't think that they have the Higgs boson programmed correctly. I mean, it's good physics engine and it works really well, but I mean, it's better than like DCU.
If there was a Higgs boson in that game, you'd actually, like, if too much stuff was going on, your computer would crush through your desk and be like, there's too much crap on your screen, it's heavy.
If they were rendering the Higgs boson and giving matter to and giving mass to every single thing, it would crash our computers anyways, so...
Yes.
So they probably
I can't
don't.
believe we're talking about this.
We need to call this the second. So the first half of the show
Is
has a
receive
name
the
already.
light, so
Yeah, and the second half is going to be the Higgs boson.
receive the light
Well,
of the
first half was
Higgs
called
boson,
Asshole.
episode
Yeah,
47.
there we go. Done and dusted. So the other thing you've got here about crafting is that the crafting tables allow you to access your bank. Now, I didn't do this myself, but I presume this means that while you're crafting, you have your bank window open. You can just shift materials between.
They actually integrated
inventory,
into the crafting interface. There are now
nice.
4 tabs along the side, and you click on bank, and it shows your bank, and then you open up your inventory, and you can drag and drop, or you can go to the various. Yeah, so yeah, you can just drag and drop, and you've got the 2 bank tabs, which is collectibles, and then your actual bank tab with your items, and so you can move those back and forth from the crafting table. Which
Sweet.
I just realized that means that you have bank access in Skritzberg. Because they have crafting tables in Skritzberg. All the crafting tables. Yes!
That's a really good point to make note of. So wherever there's a crafting table, you can access your bank.
Yes, that's actually very... That's not something I thought about when I was like, oh, cool, they've got crafting tables in Skritzberg. But there you go. So there's a bank in the middle of Brisbane wilderness, so...
So the main point of this is there's a lot more access to the bank than you think.
Well,
because there's like very few actual bank NPCs.
Yeah.
But then there's crafting tables everywhere.
Right.
So.
Well, that's interesting because that kind of goes against a lot of stuff they've been trying to do with getting people to group together. Well, in a way, getting people to group together in cities to have a purpose for cities. Otherwise, they're just places that you quickly zip in and out of to merch and bank. But crafting tables were part of that system, so I guess it doesn't really change anything. So you can forget everything I just said.
Well, I think what they really want to do with cities is focus in on the event thing, like adding Sharkmaw Caverns to Lion's Arch, so you will probably see more jumping puzzles, we'll probably see them adding more and more mini-games, and all of that will probably be centered around around the cities. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to actually looking at the mini-games. I haven't managed to check out Cake Brawl, and I want to see all the other stuff that's going to be happening in like Divinity's Reach and that kind of stuff, so that's something I'm looking forward to. Come release.
That will be cool. Polymorph.
Yeah. So since we're Bar Brawl, are we looking at Well, wait. Yeah, is there going to be Polymorph, you think?
Well, we've seen Polymorph arenas, and they actually have a. You can tell if you glitch Radasum properly, you can actually get to the Polymorph arenas and see them. You can't actually interact with them because you're still inside the Radasum instance, but apparently you can teleport to those, and then there's these, basically it's a big triangle, and there's 3 raised platforms at each tip of the triangle, and then there's this central area, and so not sure how exactly they're going to be laying it out, but it's got some potential, specifically with the Bar Brawl, which...
That's good. Never noticed that.
Speaking of Bar Brawl, we're going to try and bring that section back. Yeah!
Mm-hmm. So, Dota, I don't play Dota at all, but do you think they'll have something like that for the Winter's Day questing? Or, dude, what does this say? I don't even know.
My show notes don't make any sense.
Not written.
Okay, so I guess I'll run this.
What you said is.
So, in Guild Wars 1, during the Winter's Day quest, they sort of had a Dota-like system. If you're familiar with Defense of the Ancients, League of Legends, Heroes of New Earth, those sort of games where you have the minions that march towards an enemy base or something, and you have to destroy that, and then there's turrets along the way. During Winter's Day, they introduced basically where the Grenchies and the and Dwayna's snowmen were beating each other up, and so you would have to be the group, your group of I think 5 would go in and try and push across, and that was pure NPC on NPC, I don't think, or PC versus PvE as opposed to PvP.
Yeah, that's right.
But for the Bar Brawl this week, which email us, and I'll probably post a topic on the actual on relicsofore.com where you can comment on it. We're discussing whether or not Dota would fit into Guild Wars 2 and how ArenaNet might implement that if they would. So I'm thinking that maybe Polymorph will turn into a League of Legends type system. What do you think, Christian?
Yeah, sure, it can work. I mean, Dota itself was a mod to begin with, and so in my mind, if you mod Guild Wars 2, you could make a Dota clone. So yeah, if they really wanted to do that, and mini pets were, say, the champions, and then yeah, it's doable. But whether or not, I guess then the question is, do you want to? Is it going to add anything to the game? Which is then purely subjective, I guess.
Yeah, if you really like Dota and you just want it in everything, and you're like one of those people who loves ketchup and just puts ketchup on everything, Dota can be like that for
actually,
some people,
I think what would be problematic is the amount of balancing that kind of game takes, and if it's just going to be a minor side. Sort of casual PvP, which Dota never is. No. Mini game type thing, then it would take a lot of work in terms of balance. So, who knows?
Yeah,
it's possible.
They'd have to actually like strip a team off and be like, "You guys are our Guild Wars 2 Dota team."
It would basically be a game unto itself because of the amount of continuous work that's required.
I'd just love to see Logan, like a Logan Thackeray mini pet in that, and so someone brings him in and he gets like a plus 37 when his back is to foes, and he jumps out of grass and spins around like the guy in League of Legends. Divinity's Reach!
In jokes that maybe
for those of you who
won't get.
If you are not one of the 20 million people that play LOL. So, I figure most of our viewers probably know, or if they don't, you know what? They're like, Cole. It's cool.
It's fine.
It's okay, Cole. We forgive you.
I tried it, though. I just didn't like it.
Oh.
I know, I just lost some geek cred there, didn't I?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so you guys know what's going on. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit back and listen.
So, my thing about thinking about the mini pets is if Arena did pull a team off, they've been kind of looking with their SOAR to find like that item that people just keep coming back for that allows them to develop content. And if they had mini pets that were essentially you could buy them and they were like champions from League of Legends or Heroes of New Earth or anything like that, think of the amount of money they could theoretically make if they were just like selling mini pets. And since the mini pets are randomized, you know, it could take you a while to collect them all.
I guess the flip side to that is instead of putting resources into trying to make something new to do that for Guild Wars 2, they're more likely to have already done this and focused on the things in Guild Wars 2 itself that will already bring people back and monetizing those. So dyes have always been huge because of armor collecting, costumes, all this kind of stuff. It's a huge, like, personally for me, I know I'm going to be doing dungeon run after dungeon run after dungeon run to collect all those different kinds of armors that I like. Then I will need to get the right dyes for those to, you know, because I need to try out different combinations, all this kind of stuff. And that is going to keep me busy as a bee and keep me coming back to play and maybe spend money in the cash shop as well. So I think they probably have been from the start been looking into the monetization and retaining players.
Yeah. They're generally a lot smarter at business than I am. I throw these things out and they're like, we're going to do it this way. I'm like, oh, that makes more sense than anything that I came up with. So good work, ArenaNet.
Yeah, if I was in charge, it's been like, so you guys have velociraptors in this game, right? Because we're going to need those.
Which they do. They do have raptors.
We need dinosaurs. Okay.
I mean,
they have velociraptors, or are they just raptors?
They're raptors, but they're pretty much velociraptors. You know, they've got.
Are they feathered?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were feathered in Eye of the North too.
Yeah, they're the exact same. They're awesome. Remember, that's where I like first met your character in Guild Wars, or in Guild Wars 2 during first beta weekend. I come up over the hill and you're killing velociraptors, and I'm like, "Hi, I'm Shongaku," and you're like, "Who's this random guy?"
That's right. I was fighting a velociraptor. Though he was kicking my ass so bad, I wasn't like,
it was
check
rough.
out. He has feathers. That's anatomically correct for a velociraptor. Instead of going,
I was
shit,
playing
I gotta dodge roll.
engineer,
I'm out.
so I had so you were like trying to figure out melee, and I was like, engineer, I'm just running in circles, shooting things with pistols. It's great. So
I'm
I
like,
had
this
time to
velociraptor's dropping
investigate.
green crap. You're like, step in it. It's good. It's from me, not him.
Yes, I remember when I switched to the elixir gun, dropped you a nice little AoE heal, and you're like, oh my goodness, get out of the heal.
It's not blue. I only know to step in blue.
Oh.
So 5v5 or 1v1v1?
For the Dota, I think they'd probably end up with like 5v5 or maybe like 5v5v5. That'd be awesome if they did it. What do you think?
Oh, that's somehow reminded me. I saw a video, super tangent here, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. In passing, I saw a video for the multiplayer, and for Team Deathmatch, they're going to do 3 teams because 2 teams gets really boring because you just get ahead and then you go and hide and don't die. So with 3v3, well, with 3v, or 3 teams playing against each other, the dynamic will stay, will be improved.
Would you say that it's tri-team combat? Tri-world, tri-team?
I think you're trying but hard there.
I'm pushing a little bit, yeah, it's true.
Are these games slowly just becoming Unreal Tournament?
Did Unreal
Seem like
Tournament
that,
have
just
3 teams?
Godlike.
If I recall.
Yeah. Well, all of them have the announcers, and then all of them people will mod the announcers to do the Unreal Tournament. So
because the Unreal Tournament announcer was awesome.
Yes, he was. Killing spree.
Oh.
Although I'd like if my Guardian got the announcement, heal shot.
Well, apparently Guild Wars 2's all of their announcer is the announcer is Duke Nukem, so that's pretty awesome. Although that might be old news for most
the guy in PvP who shouts at you, "Do I need to draw you a picture?"
Yeah. That's the guy who voiced Duke Nukem. So
that's very fitting when you think of it, because Guild Wars 2 took so long to come out. Guild Wars 2 Nukem Rapper.
It really didn't take that long. It's just we knew about it longer than most other games. I mean, it's about the same development cycle as like SWTOR or any other MMO. Most MMOs are like a 5 to 6 year development cycle.
They just keep.
I didn't take it to wait 7 years.
I know. Oh.
Oh, your face is priceless. I remember you've made that face before, and we weren't recording video.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, I wish that, but now it's there.
Now it's there, and when I send it to you and you do the mashup, it'll just be like 16 minutes of that face on site.
Oh, you mean I'm going to do video mashups now?
No, you don't have to.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right. So to get some feedback from the community here, what did you guys think of the bar brawl, for one thing? What do you think of, like, if we had actually implemented and going again, what would you think of that? Because even if we did a terrible job with it, I mean, come on now.
If you don't remember, can you just sum up what the bar brawl is again?
So essentially the bar brawl, which was started by Tasha back, year ago or so, right before the hibernation, is we post a topic and then you go to town in the comments on the topic. Not on each other, but on the topic. And so everyone just gets in there and you make your statements. And we try and pick something that's relatively controversial, like Dota.
Such as, should Ryan cut his hair?
That might
that
be
ain't happening.
A bar brawl in the future, although I think Nexi might have something to say about that.
Stiffy would have more to say about that. And no, it's alright, don't flat iron it, you son of a bitch. But yeah, so, I mean, that's what we would do. You guys would tear into each other. Well, try and be civil, but I mean, let's speak kind of like...
Passionate,
we're trying
at least.
to sensationalize this here.
Yeah,
get passionate, get involved, and then we'll come in and we'll kind of sum up what happened and our take on the situation. We'll say who overreacted and who needs a ban. And if you guys want... And then while we're doing that, I mean, what we just did now wasn't really playing off of anyone's questions, so we were kind of just providing an example. And I dropped the ball because I didn't know a damn thing about any of that. I don't play Dota, I don't like League of Legends, and never been a mini-pet person. But that's just me.
Man, that was like the worst topic for you ever.
I know.
It was
well,
nothing that you cared about.
So just to get ahead of any assumptions you might make again in the future, also, I don't like Star Wars. I do know all about it, but that's only by the fact that everybody won't shut up about it. So there you go. Now you know what to steer away from if you want me to participate.
You know what? Just because you keep making fun of Star Wars, I'm going to show them I have like 90 Star Wars books. It's awesome.
Oh.
I just put that on my video even though you can't see that. But they
Yeah,
can.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, and also, birth of a GW2 Reddit-like source for the community, up and down vote type system. So we'll have a little bit of that, and something else I'm wanting to implement is kind of like a, if you've ever been to Wowhead, I know this is World of Warcraft, but if you've ever been to wowhead.com,
There's great community stuff for WoW.
Yeah, I believe that database is built with kind of a wiki type system, so people can come in, contribute what they've done, what they've got. Or no, what have I said, what they've done? Yeah, they can contribute what they know about some item in World of Warcraft, right? So what we want to do is something that's like that, but for the community. So people would come in and they would say, you know, I made this video, and they submit it, and it goes under the video section. So it'll be like this drop down on our front page. It'll have like videos, images, audio, whatever. And it's an easily browsed system of what we have on the community, and we could create kind of an up and down vote system, as he says, that will help us get the most relevant results for anything you search for when you go there. If people are interested in that, we'll kind of check it out. It'll be a lot of work to get it implemented, but I think from there it'd just be moderating it that would be rough.
Yeah.
So there's that, and it's been a while. You know, we used to get a lot of mail, and it was like really hard for me to keep up. Now we get like none. I mean, the only email I tend to get anymore to the Relics of Orr account is new comment posted on Night Elf Raid Pro. Don't be this guy.
It's amazing how many we get that. So go see that if you haven't seen it. We'll add it in the show notes.
And for those of you that liked it, we are planning on doing another one in the near future. Maybe in Guild Wars, because we had some good ideas of things to do in there. But yeah, it's a video of me being kind of a Napoleon Dynamite-ish kind of guy who came from World of Warcraft, and he's asking the same stupid questions most people that are locked in that old MMO mentality ask, like, can I round up the events? I just want to get a log.
Oh, jeez. That video's got quite a few views.
I know, it's gone like almost viral. We're very proud of that.
Yeah, if you have friends that who play WoW who are kind of like, I don't want to play Guild Wars 2, it's going to crash like all the other MMOs. Send them that video. Show them how stupid they are. Then send them mine so they can see that and be offended.
Oh.
And if you haven't kept up, we're also doing a Tapestries of Orr. Songoku's doing it. I'm not. And it's really well done video. I got to give you kudos, dude. He's green screening it up. It looks great. And we could use some fan art submissions specifically.
Yes, please.
For that, right?
Yeah, any sort of, well, even community projects, or if you're planning something. One thing I'd really like to do is like a launch day plans roundup episode. So send us your guild's launch day plans, and I can just go through and say this server's doing this server's doing this server's doing this, and just do like a 10-minute episode where I'm just basically rounding up what's happening. I'd love to do that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and oh crap, I was gonna play the call-ins right now, but Power Gramo is not responding.
But what we can do, and we will do this, is when editing, we will put the call-ins into editing so you can hear them, because basically we had a beta key competition, and we got a few submissions of call-ins, and we gave them beta keys in exchange, and some of them are amazing, some of them are hilarious, and some of them you just go, I'm not.
Yeah. It was with one of them that's forthcoming. If anyone out there is an abuser of any sort of a chemical substance, you should probably sober up before you hear it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of echo in it, just a smidge, un poquito.
And it's by design. The person knew what they're doing.
Yeah, it's hilarious. The first time I heard it, I was like, wait, am I? I had to listen, and it's with an accent that I don't normally hear, and so I had to go back and do it like 3 times to fully understand what was being said. It was amazing.
Like Guild Wars 2 has purple spiders, dude.
What? All I'm drinking is coffee. Why is it so confusing?
Yeah.
What is it about Guild Wars 2 that gets my interest more than any other games. I think it's more of the dynamic play style that it has with classes like the Mesmer that actually, well, mesmerize me. I think that, in combination with the fact that, well, it's free to play, is exactly what has my interest over any other game.
Hey guys, so what's my interest about Guild Wars 2? I can say it pretty easily. Like the ranger says, good dog, hold the enemy down while I shoot them. You get a biscuit. It's a little funny, but I just love the ranger idea, basically. Anyways, I hope to get to try the thief and the engineer too. The game is just amazing, at least what I saw from it. I didn't test it, I didn't play beta yet. I'm hoping to get in final beta. And then maybe I'm gonna need to upgrade my PC for the game and gonna buy it. At the moment I'm playing another MMO. But I hope this beta gonna change my idea about MMOs and I'm gonna turn to Guild Wars 2. By the way, I love your podcast. I'm listening to it from some time now. You guys make a good job. Thanks for getting people interested in Guild Wars 2, even if they didn't play Guild Wars 1, or even if they didn't try Guild Wars 2 yet. Have fun. See ya.
So the main reason I want a beta key is because Star Wars let me down. I'm not going back to World of War crap, and my only other option would be to play Secret World, and you don't want me doing that. Because if I play Secret World, I probably won't have a life anymore. So I'd really like a beta key.
Hello there. What really got me excited about Guild Wars 2 is the whole way they approach the structured PvP thing, how they try to incorporate the esports or the possibilities of the game being an esports, and the whole dynamic movement and attacks and stuff.
The thing I'm most looking forward to in Guild Wars 2 is the downscaling of levels when you go back to lower level areas, which will allow me to play with more of my friends that have varying amounts of playtime.
What makes Guild Wars 2 interesting to me is how vastly different it is from other MMOs. While its art style is not necessarily unique to the genre, the gameplay and hero variations have been well and truly perfected to create a solid and rewarding game experience. Other aspects such as world versus world and the scaling higher/lower level players so they can play with friends also appeals to me greatly. As a TF2 player, I also must admit my unforgivable arousal at being able to wear hats.
Basically, why I'm interested in Guild Wars 2 more than other games is that there just seems so many really satisfying looking abilities with which you can attack and kill people. You can turn into a tornado, you can fire a flaming phoenix bird of fire and blazes out of your fingertips and jumps around killing people. You can send off a clone to confuse the living shit out of them and send off another one and smack them all together and stuff. And then you can jump around as a thief, and it just looks so responsive and mobile, and you can sort of it just seems much more action based than other MMOs, and like it feels like you're in more control and skill based than things like WoW. Yeah, if that vaguely made any sense, that would do. Yeah, da-da.
Hello, my name's Dave. I've got sparkling personality. I'd love to introduce that to all the people who are going to be playing Guild Wars 2. I think I'm an amazing person. I think everyone in Guild Wars 2 will be amazing as well. You know what I mean? It'll be amazing. So I just like to dedicate this to all my new fans that are calling me on Guild Wars, because they're all going to love me. They're going to go wild about me. You know what I mean? So I think it'll be pretty fruity. You know what I mean? So give me a better key. I love to play the better. I think it'll be better than anything. So thanks a lot. Love the show also. I think that's pretty amazing. So yeah, I hope to see you on the killing fields. Make your friends and kill. So, alright, take care of yourself. It's me, Dave, signing off. Alright, see you later.
Oh, Wheel of Morality. Man, it's
Wheel
been
of
a
Morality.
while.
Yeah,
We
Wheel
need
of
an
Morality.
animation for that. Ryan, you're working with Lightworks.
Okay. I gotta think of something. I'll take a second to think of what we'll say for it.
Yeah. Wheel of Morality, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn. And I suppose I will go then.
Please.
Yeah.
Because I don't have
Knowledge. Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting a tomato in a fruit salad.
Nice. Okay. So, do you need a lot of time, Shungaku? Still?
We can wrap up. It's fine.
Okay. No, I've got one. It's
No,
long,
do it. Let's do it. All right. Wheel of Morality, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn, Cole.
Okay. So a bear walks into a bar, and he goes up to the bartender. Bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve bears." And he goes, "You don't serve me." Oh man, hold on. I need to think about this one. I'm gonna boss this.
This Wheel of Morality brought to you by that stuff that makes you remember things. Ginseng.
Okay, take two. I've got this.
All right.
So a bear walks into a bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve bears here." He says, "If you don't serve me, I'm going to eat this woman right here." Bartender's like, "What? No, we don't serve bears." So he goes over and he eats the woman. And so he comes up, "What do you think now? You going to serve me?" And he goes, "No, we don't serve drug users." He's like, "What are you calling me a drug user for?" And he goes, "Because that was a..."
Wow.
Okay, should I do another one? Because that one also might be a little offensive.
I'm just going to gacky out the entire punchline.
Do that. And they'll be like, "What was the punchline?" Wouldn't you like to know?
You can go and Google it.
And that's what they'll do, and they'll be like, "Ah," which so it kind of defeats the purpose of censoring it. But there you go.
Well, then they have to really care, and then their parents will see it, and and it's like a 14-year-old, and they'll be like, "Kill Relics of Orr."
Okay, but I'll do one that's kid-friendly. It's short too. This one comes courtesy of Mitch Hedberg, and it is awfully hard to fight in a gazebo.
It's accurate. True.
It is.
Have you got something, Shungaku?
I got distracted by the gazebo fighting.
Okay, I can send you a link to cheat sheet.
Oh man, they've got cheat sheets? Awesome. I'm down with that. Let's see. Okay, here we go. This is why you always have amazing things to say, isn't it?
Because I searched Google for awesome quotes.
This is the best one. This is something you would expect to hear Deadpool say. Some people say if you can't beat them, join them. I say if you can't beat them, beat them. Because they will be expecting you to join them, so you will have the element of surprise.
Words of wisdom right there.
Yes.
You can't argue with that. Oh. We'd love to hear from the viewers about our show, as well as any questions you may have that we can answer during a mailbag segment. Go ahead and send those emails to relicsoforr@gmail.com. Also, you can send emails to relicsoforr@gmail.com about the Tapestries of Orr show, which spotlights various community projects, art, fan fiction, cosplay, pretty much anything the community does. Those will, like I said, go to relicsoforr@gmail.com as well, with the subject line Tapestries of Orr submissions. We'd love to hear from you, so go ahead and send your things in.
There's so much more than being known and knowing all. It comes down to who I am, yeah. So what they say won't bother me. I know my way. I'm not about just sticking out. That's just not who I am.